Welcome back to Goal Setting and a Well-Balanced Life for Extraordinary Leaders with Nerrissa Hsu, Integrated Breakthrough Coach. We are in the third part of our series today, and we are going to be talking about what a well-balanced life includes. And it really is going to give you the opportunity to explore your passions and think about your reasons behind the goals that you're setting to make sure that you're setting goals that are actually going to create a big impact in your life and help you get unstuck and moving towards the life of your dreams and really living your best life. It's all about having fun, jumping in with both feet, and playing life. So let's get started. So there's 6 key areas of a well-balanced life. The first one is career, the second one is family and friends, the third one is health and wellness, the fourth is personal growth, the fifth is spirituality, and the last one is relationships. So some questions you can ask yourself in these areas that will really help you pinpoint where you need some extra love in your goal setting and really within your life, which area you really need to focus on, and which area you want to focus on that's going to make, if it was in alignment, would make the greatest impact across all of the other areas. So we're going to take a deep dive into the questions in each area, and we're going to start with career. So the best questions to ask yourself are, is my job rewarding? Are you finding that your job is fulfilling? And does it reflect my values? Are you working for a company or an organization right now that has the same core values? And are you in alignment with that? And if you're working for yourself, is your business in alignment with your core values? Are your customers in alignment with your core values? And also, do I have an opportunity for growth? Part of being stuck is when we feel like we don't have any opportunities or that they're very limited or it's not accessible for us to move up on the ladder, or we simply are just bored with what we're doing and we're no longer feeling like it's purposeful and that we're creating an impact. Another question is, do I earn enough? That's a huge one. As a recruiter, I talk to executives and professionals every single day that are looking for greater compensation. And I know that it's not always about compensation. The other things that I mentioned to you are top of mind for a lot of people, especially when they're feeling stuck, as far as the right culture fit and making sure that they're in an organization that shares values and that the leadership team that they work with shares the same values. And ultimately, that the mission of the organization is supporting the community in some way and providing a service that really makes a difference. It is more important than you think to your own sense of purpose and your own sense of value. So this area of your career deserves a lot of attention. The other question to ask yourself is, do I save enough money? And do I plan for financial freedom? So this is also taking care of your financial house. The next category is family and friends. And some great questions to ask in this category are, do I have a close circle of friends? And I'm not just talking about having 5,000 people on your LinkedIn page or 1,000 people on your Facebook page, because we know that having digital relationships, that when we're just liking each other's posts and talking to each other online, is not the same as having face-to-face contact. Even if you're having Zoom calls, which we're all learning, a very valuable lesson with the coronavirus. It's teaching us the value of human connection and having friendships that are deep and meaningful, and dropping all of the pretense, being who you are, being real, and having people around you that you can just be yourself with and that you can have a deep, meaningful connection with. The next question is, do I spend enough time with family? Do you work so much that your relationships are lacking with your kids or your spouse or your other family members? Are you reaching out to your grandparents, your mom, your aunts and uncles, cousins? And is that valuable to you? And also, do I value the relationship we have with each other? Do you value the relationships that you have in your life? Are they as deep as you'd like, as we just mentioned? The next quadrant is health and wellness. And some great questions to ask about your health and wellness in this area are, am I generally fit and well? Like, do you feel good when you wake up in the morning? Do you like the way that your body feels? Do you like the way your clothes fit? And do you eat healthy food? Is your diet consisting of microwave dinners and Trader Joe bags, or are you eating plenty of fruits and vegetables and drinking enough water? Another question is, do I exercise regularly? We literally have no excuse not to exercise in this day and age. I have so many apps on my phone right now. I have a yoga app, I have a fitness app, I have a calorie app, I have a, a step counter app. So our phones are literally there to help us with our health and fitness. And we have workouts on demand, free workouts on YouTube, and there's countless apps that you can tap into to do workouts at home when you wake up rather. And then also, do I drink enough water? I know I just mentioned that, but this one is worth mentioning again, because I can almost guarantee you that you're not drinking enough water. And we need to stay hydrated. Hydration is actually super important. We should be drinking about 1 liter of water a day, which is more than 8 cups. And this is going to really help with your energy level, the clarity of your skin, and just your overall feeling of well-being. And a lot of times we can mistake thirst for hunger, and we can eat when we're actually thirsty. So stay hydrated. And then also, do I get enough sleep? And sleep is huge. I know as a working mom and a single mom, sleep is at a premium. You know, my son is 5 and he's full of energy, and it feels like he is the Energizer Bunny. So if you have kids, I know that you can relate that sleep is a luxury, and getting enough sleep has to be a priority, especially as an executive. And even if you don't have kids, as an executive leading a team, you are leading others, and they're looking at your example to see how you take care of yourself, not only at work, but outside of work, and what your energy level is like, and what your mood is like. All those things are going to come through as a leader. So having your health and wellness on par is really important for how much energy you can bring to your teams, to your business, and to your family, and ultimately so you can feel good again. The next quadrant is spirituality. And this is really important. And when I talk about spirituality, I'm not talking about a specific religion. What I'm talking about is, do you have a good relationship with yourself and a good sense of what you believe? Do you believe in something that's greater than yourself? And is there a driving force or a purpose behind what you do every day? I know that having a purpose for me is the number one thing. I need to know that what I do makes a difference in other people's lives. And that when I get up in the morning and I go to work to help people to shift and to break through these sometimes generations of trauma and just pain and suffering and stress, and even just old ways of thinking and being and doing things, so they can have a refreshed outlook on life and step into their power as leaders, so they can truly lead from a place of authenticity. And that is powerful. And that's what I want for you. I want you to wake up every morning as your best, most authentic self, and getting connected with your inner leadership is going to help you do that. The next question is, am I aware of who I am and who I am not? And that's a big question. It's an age-old question, right? Who am I? Why am I here? But these are actually questions that you need to answer for yourself and have a good sense of, because that wondering leaves a little bit of room for worry, fear, and doubt, which as a leader, you just don't have room for that. And the last question would be, do I have a regular meditation or prayer practice? And this is also super important. Even if you are not sure who your God is, like what name you would use for God, whether it's higher power, whether it's Jesus or Buddha or Shiva, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you put a practice into place to honor yourself and to honor some time for yourself to be reflective and to take time to calm your mind, calm your body. Because ultimately, the more control you have over your mind and your emotional state, the more powerful you are, because you will have a calm place to make very clear and precise decisions when you're in business. And again, when you're dealing with tough situations with your family or coworkers, or making big life choices. You want to be able to come from a place of solid groundedness and calm. So having a spiritual practice like meditation or prayer is got to be the foundation. And meditation could be 5 minutes in the morning when you wake up, or 15 minutes, or 30 minutes, or 45, or an hour. It doesn't matter. And there's also tons of different resources for you online to have free meditations. And there's meditations for just about every single thing you could think of. I actually have a YouTube channel where I have 7-minute breathing meditations that you can access at any time as well. And I will probably send you the link for that at some point too. So that leads us to the next segment, where we're going to talk about personal growth. So some questions to ask about personal growth, which is a lifelong journey. I've been working on my personal growth for over 10 years, actually more like 15 years. And I have just found I've really come to terms with the fact that personal growth is lifelong, and it can be so much fun because it's truly a path of discovering who you truly are and getting to know yourself in a very intimate way. And some questions you can ask yourself to see if you need some love in this area are: do I enjoy new opportunities for growth? And as a leader, I really hope that this is top of your list, personal growth, because as we develop ourselves as leaders, our teams will naturally follow. And our teams will naturally see how we present ourselves, the way that we handle our emotional state, the way that we make decisions, and the way that we learn, and the way that we adapt to situations. So this is one of another important area for a well-balanced life as a leader, and especially as an executive and an entrepreneur. Another question would be, am I continually learning new things? And this will definitely help you get unstuck. It'll help you continue to feel challenged, and learning is fun. I love that quote, readers make leaders. I'm an avid reader, and I read at least 2 books a month. And I also listen to Audible and other podcasts, blogs. I'm constantly in a state of learning. It's almost to the point where I feel like there's so many things out there to learn about. I literally don't have enough time to take in all the information. So it's being also selective about learning things that you can put into practice that are going to support you in your business, in your companies, and for your personal growth. The next question is, am I committed to continually evolving as a person, or am I resistant to change? As a leader, being adaptable and open to change is a superpower. You have got to be adaptable and open to change. And with that, embracing evolving and constantly evolving, constantly changing, and constantly working on yourself. And being at a place of ease where the learning becomes fun, and everything that you learn and put into practice is actually building you, building your character, your leadership skills, your decision making, and your ability to affect change for your community, which could be your coworkers or the clients that you're servicing. And finally, the last category is relationships. This one is always challenging for me. And I think over the years, it's definitely been an area where I've had to work really hard to develop long-lasting relationships. But in this case, I'm talking about having a relationship with a significant other. So good questions to ask yourself for this area are, do I have or want a soulmate? Do I want a marriage? Do I want a partner in life, a partner in crime? And most of the leaders that I know definitely want a partner in crime. Another question is, do we share values and intimacy? as we progress and mature, our values become so important to us. And the success of our relationships really depends on our values being in alignment and having intimacy that you share only with that person. And the next question would be, am I nurturing the relationship we have with each other? So are you dedicating enough time to that individual or the search for that individual to nurture that relationship? And finally, am I the best version of myself to attract the soulmate that I desire? I think as coaches and experts and relationship people, we talk a lot about finding the one and finding that perfect person that's going to fulfill every desire and wish and want we've ever wanted. And even just having somebody that we can laugh with and share experiences with. But I don't think we put enough emphasis on becoming the one. So becoming the one that will attract the partner that you want is the key ingredient to having a really successful marriage, relationship, just all across the board. So focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, living your best life, setting up your life the way that you want it, and then finding a partner that you can come together with in partnership that you're going to add to each other's lives. And you're going to bring whole lives together to create one massive, amazing life together. Okay, so that leads us to the next section, which is our first exercise. Yay, drum roll. This is what we call the wheel of life. Now, if you have a pen and paper, I want you to bring that out right now and draw a big circle in the middle of your page. And when you have that big circle drawn in the middle of your page, we'll go to the next step here, which is putting together a little pie chart. So we're going to make 6 little pie charts, and we're going to gauge this by the questions that you asked yourself. So let's just say, for example's sake, that this is spirituality. And then I'm going to put career over here. That's a C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. It kind of looks like a basketball. Now yours most likely is not going to be as even as this. There's going to be an area that's going to be a lot smaller and an area that's a lot bigger. So I'm going to put relationship, health and wellness. Here we go. So we have career, we have family and friends, with spirituality, relationship, and I'm totally cheating here, personal growth. So you want to mark on your personal wheel of life the areas that are in the pie chart, and then look for the area that needs the most love. For this example right here, let's just say it's going to be the relationship house, because that would be the smallest part of my pie chart here. So if you have an area that has less piece of the pie, then that's where you want to focus your efforts on setting up your goals. Excellent. So that's your first exercise. So now that you've identified the area of your life out of the 6 areas of your life that needs a little love, we're going to move forward with that to actually set some SMART goals. So the next exercise is actually running through the SMART goals. And I have put together a worksheet for you. I put together a worksheet for you that you can download and fill out your SMART goal for whatever category you've identified in your pie chart that needs a little extra love. And I don't have the worksheet in front of me right this second, but again, you can download it. And it's going to lead you through whether or not the goal is specific, if it's measurable, if it's attainable, if it's responsible, and if it's timed. And it's also going to ask you some clarifying questions so you can really dig deep into the goal to make sure that it's something that you want to execute in your life, to make sure that you are living a well-balanced life. And once you identify one goal that you want through going through that exercise, you're going to set a very big and juicy SMART goal. And once you have that goal, set at least 2 more SMART goals. And you can set up to 3 or 4 or even 5. And if you want to pick a couple different areas, then that's awesome too. Because you might have a goal, you want to pick a goal in each area of the 6 areas. So you feel like you are really creating more balance in your life. And then I want you to be brave and post your goals. I actually created a private Facebook group called Extraordinary Leaders Got Goals. So you can post your goals in that Facebook group, and you can also send them to me, just so you have somebody that can help you be accountable, and you've sent it out into the world. You've really set an intention saying, I'm going to go after this purposefully and powerfully again. So again, fill out that worksheet and share your goals. So that leads us towards the end of our session. And some important points that I want you to take away from today are how to evaluate the 6 key areas of a well-balanced life, which we definitely went over. And then you set your SMART goals in the area of greatest impact. So being able to identify the area that needs the most love in your life, and then putting it into action by making it quantifiable and making it into small steps that you can put into practice. And then sharing your goals for accountability and support. The last step is tracking your progress to stay on course. You want to make sure that you're on course. So write it down in your calendar if you use a Google Calendar, or even if you still have a planner. I actually have a planner because I love to write and decorate my planner, but that's just me. You might enjoy that too, but track your goals some way, even if it's just putting it on a wall calendar that you accomplished your goal for the day. And then check in with yourself. Check in with yourself on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, every 3 months, every 6 months, and see how far you've come. And you want to track your progress as well, because you want to see how far you've come, and again, be able to celebrate those wins. Because when you start hitting your goals and really making moves in your life to move towards the things that you say that you want to do, be, and have, that is when your life is really going to start changing. And in summary, here's some questions to ask yourself after you've gone through this whole process. Why are you doing this? And really dial in and get connected with the reasons why you started this process in the first place. And now you have your big, juicy goals. So what are you going to do with it now? What support systems do you have in place to support you in getting your goals? And as a master integrated breakthrough coach, I have the right tools, strategies, and techniques to help you win in all areas of your life. There is literally nothing that you're up against that I cannot help you with. And if there were something that we came across that I wasn't well versed in, I have a multitude of resources for you that I can refer you out to another coach, a mentor, or a teacher, instructor to guide you in the right direction. So I would love to personally speak with you for even 15 minutes so we can go over your goals, see where you're stuck, and talk about how I can help you move into the next stage of your life. And I do have to say that I don't work with everybody. I'm very discerning about the clients that I take on. I really only want to work with people that are ready to take massive action in their life and that are really going to be honest and have the courage to look at themselves to make the changes they need to make in order to move forward with their lives. I have the tools, I have the knowledge and the expertise to help you move forward. All it's going to take now is the courage for you to step into the light and take charge of your goals. You can contact me by emailing me. You can send me a message through social media. And at the end of this presentation, there is going to be a button that's linked to my calendar if you'd like to schedule a consultation. So do that now. Click the button, schedule that consultation so you and I can personally connect and see where I can help you and how I can help you move forward with your life and get those goals. Again, here's the different ways to contact me. You can also follow me on social media. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook business page. I also have a Twitter and an Instagram if you just want to see what I'm up to and how I live my life powerfully with courage and authenticity and with a lot of fun and joy, because I am ultimately all about bringing more joy into our lives and more authenticity and just really playing life, because that's really what it's all about. So in closing, I want you to stay kind and connected, live with gratitude, and be light. And again, if you'd like to contact me, this is my website information. My email address is here. You can also click on the button at the end of this presentation to schedule your consultation right now so we can get started on helping you become a better you and living a life of authenticity as an extraordinary leader. Thank you again for joining me and for watching this presentation. And if you've enjoyed this presentation, please feel free to share it with somebody that's also looking to make big changes in their lives. Until next time, I'll see you later. Be light.